So in previous class we were discussed about the flange coupling. So here the flange coupling is a rigid coupling which is used to transmit heavy power at low speeds. To transmit more loads at low speeds we use flange couplings. So here the flange consisting of two hubs keyed to the shaft. So here it is also having hubs which are keyed to the shaft, and the hub has the projections that called as flanges. So the hubs extended into flanges. These flanges are placed or brought together. So are brought together and held together by series of bolts around the arranged concentrically about the shaft so that their axes are parallel to the shaft axis. So here flange coupling is consisting of two hubs which are keyed to the shafts. So these hubs are extended to flanges. So these hubs have flanges. So these flanges are brought together and held by means of bolts and nuts, so that power is transmitted from one flange to another flange and then flange to shaft. So here two flanges are joined by means of bolts. So here bolts axes are always parallel to the axis of the shaft. So here it consisting of hub, flanges, keys, bolts and nuts. So here bolts transmit the torque from one flange to the another flange and then to the shaft. Here bolts and nuts are transmits the power from one flange to another flange. Here first from driving shaft the power is transmitted to the flanges with the help of keys. So here from one flange to another flange to transmit power it has bolts and nuts. So after transmitting from one flange to another flange, so that flange to shaft by means of the driven shaft by means of bolts. So in this way power is transmitting from driving shaft to driven shaft. Here the whole part consists of a rigid, whole parts will be acts as a single rigid unit so that power is transmitting from driving shaft to driven shaft. So in this we need to design hub, flanges, keys, bolts and nuts. So design of flange coupling involves calculations of proportions of parts and check them for the strength. So here we have certain proportions to find the dimensions of the parts. So these proportions are with the diameter of the shaft. So when you know the diameter of the shaft, then you can find the proportions of the hub, flanges, keys and bolts, nuts. So here after finding the length proportions, we need to check them for the strength. So if the strength is below the allowable strength, permissible strength, then the design is safe. Otherwise, design is not safe. So on the completion of this class, you will be able to solve the problems related with the design of flange couplings, that is unprotected type. So unprotected means there is no projections on the head of the nut and bolt, head of the bolt and nut. So here we are solving the problems related to the design of flange. So first problem is a 60 mm diameter shaft is transmitting 150 kilowatt at 300 rpm. A flange coupling has 6 bolts, each 18 mm in diameter. Find the required diameter of bolt circle if the allowable shear stress in the bolt is 27.5 Newton per mm square. So here diameter of the shaft small d is 60 mm and it transmitting the power P equal to 150 kilowatt and speed 300 rpm. So the number of bolts is 6 and each 18 mm in diameters. D1 equal to 18 mm. So here we need to find the pitch circle diameter of bolts. So that is, so on which circle the bolts are concentrated, we need to find the diameter of the bolt circle. The allowable shear stress in the bolt material is 27.5 Newton per mm square. So here the bolts will go under shear stress. So it tries to shear off at flanges. So then, so shear stress is given. So here, considering the shear strength, we have shear strength equal to shear area into shear stress into pitch circle diameter by 2. So in this way, we know the shear stress, we know, and we'll able to find the shear strength by using power transmission and speed. So in this way, we can find the pitch circle diameter. So power is given as 150 kilowatt and speed is given as 300 rpm. So shear stress for bolt is 27.5 Newton per mm square. So small d is 60, n equal to 6, d1 equal to 18 mm. So now torque equal to, when you know the power and speed, you will be knowing the torque. Torque equal to, so power equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So in this way, we can find the torque T equal to 60 into pi by 2 pi n. So by substituting the values 60 into 150 into 10 cube, power equal to 150 into 10 cube. 150 P is 150 kilowatts, so that's why 150 into 10 cube by 2 into pi into speed is 300 rpm. So from this you can find the torque equal to, so when the power is in watts, torque will be in Newton meter. So that is 4774.65 Newton meter. So then it has to convert into Newton mm. So into 10 cube you have to do, so to get torque in Newton mm. So by considering the shear strength of bolts, shear strength equal to shear area into shear stress into dP by 2, pitch circle diameter by 2. So we know the shear stress. So that is dP is bolt circle diameter, that is pitch circle diameter of the bolts. So you know the shear stress value of bolts. F of S 27.5. So torque equal to 47,74,650 equal to 27.5 into pi by 4. D1 value is given, that is 118 square. Here the shear stress is shared by all the n number of bolts. So that's why we need to multiply with n, so that we'll get the total area, the total shear strength we'll get. So that's why we need to multiply with n, that is number of bolts, into dP by 2. So from this dP equal to, by solving this, we'll get dP equal to 227.5 mm. So here the shear strength is given, that's why by considering the shear stress, shear strength of the bolt equal to shear area, that is, so try to shear off at the contact of flanges. So the area is pi by 4 d1 square. If there are n number of poles, the shear stress is shared by the n number of poles. So that's why we need to multiply with n. So n is the number of poles into radius of the pitch circle diameter. So then dP equal to 227.5 mm. So next problem is design a flange coupling to connect two shafts in order to transmit 7 kilowatt at 720 RPM. The following permissible stresses may be assumed. So permissible shear stress equal to 33 Newton per mm square. So here the shaft, bolt and key material are same. So that's why both shaft, bolt and key material permissible shear stress is 33 Newton per mm square. So here shaft only has a shear stress, but bolt and key has crushing stress also. So for bolt and key, permissible shear crushing stress equal to 60 Newton per mm square. So here permissible shear stress for flange is 15 Newton per mm square. So flange is made up of with cast iron. So permissible shear stress for cast iron is 15 Newton per mm square. So these are the given values. So here we need to check for the stresses developed in hub, flange, key and bolt. Then we need to check whether the induced stresses are below the permissible stresses or not. So power is 7.5 kilowatt, that is 7.5 into 10 cube watt. Speed is given, that is 720 RPM. Shear stress for bolt, key, shaft is 33 Newton per mm square. Crushing stress for bolt and key is 60 Newton per mm square. So for permissible shear stress for cast iron is, that is flange is 15 Newton per mm square. So first we need to find the dia of the shaft. Afterwards, to get all the dimensions of flange coupling, we need to substitute the d value in the proportions for the remaining parts. So first we need to find the torque equal to 60 into P by 2 pi n. So here 60 into P is 7.5 into 10 cube. So by 2 into pi into 720 is the RPM. So from this we got the torque equal to 99.522 Newton meter, because the power is in watts, we will get the torque in Newton meter. So we need to convert the Newton meter into Newton mm. So into, you need to multiply with 10 cube. So 99,522 Newton mm is the torque induced. So now to find the dia of the shaft, torque equal to shear stress into pi d cube by 16. So shear stress of the shaft is given in the problem, that is 33 Newton per mm square. So now D equal to cube root of 16 into T by pi into Fs. So it is equal to cube root of 16 into, so torque is 99,522 by pi into 33. So then the diameter of the shaft is 24.86 mm, then that is 25 mm. So here diameter of the shaft is 25 mm. D equal to 25 mm. So now design of, first we need to design the flange coupling. First we need to design the hub. So hub is nothing but a hollow shaft. So now for the hollow shaft, inside diameter of the hub is equal to the shaft diameter, that is D equal to 25 mm. So outer diameter of the hub, capital D equal to 2D, that is equal to 2 into 25, that is equal to 50 mm. So outer diameter of the hub is 2D, that is 2 into 25 equal to 50 mm. So length of the hub in each shaft equal to L equal to 1.5D. So that is 1.5 into D equal to 25. Then it is 37.5 mm. So now here we need to check for the induced shear stress in the hub. So here we considered hub as hollow shaft, hollow cylinder. So then shear stress equal to, so torque equal to shear stress of hub into pi into capital outer diameter power 4 minus inner diameter power 4 by 16 into outer diameter. So here we need to check for the shear stress induced in the hub. Fs1 we need to find. So torque is already found out. So now Fs1 equal to 16 into capital D into torque by pi into capital D power 4 minus small d power 4. So we know the outer diameter and inner diameter, and torque is already found out. So torque is equal to 99,522. So here 16 into outer diameter of the hub is 50 into 99,522 by pi into 50 power 4 minus 25 power 4. Then shear stress induced is equal to 4.327 Newton per mm square. So that is lesser than the permissible value. Permissible value is 15 Newton per mm square. So then induced stress is 4.327 is lesser than the given permissible shear stress of flange coupling. Then, so as the induced shear stress is less than the permissible value, then the design is safe. So then hub design is safe. So next we need to design the flanges. So in design of flange, so we need to find the thickness of the flange and outside diameter of the flange. So thickness of the flange TF equal to 0.5 D. So that is 0.5 into 25. Then it is 12.5 mm. The outer diameter of the flange is equal to DO equal to 4D. 4 into 25, that is 100 mm. Thickness of the flange is 0.5 D. 0.5 into 25, that is 12.5 mm. And outside diameter of the flange is DO equal to 4D, that is 4 into 25, that is 100 mm. So here we need to check the shear stress induced in the flanges. So flanges are try to shear off at the surface T junction at the surface of the hub. So when the flanges and hub connect, that at that place, the flanges are try to shear off. So then shear strength equal to shear area into shear stress into outer diameter of the hub by 2. So here the shear area is circumference of the hub into thickness of the flange. So that is pi d into TF is the area that is under shear. Into Fs1 is the shear stress induced in the flanges, and d by 2 is the radius of the hub, outer radius of the hub. So then here we need to find the Fs1, shear stress induced in the flange. Fs1 equal to 2 into T by pi d square into TF. So T is 99,522. 2 into 99,522 by pi into 50 square into 1.25. That is 12.5. That is TF. So we get the value, that is 2.03 Newton per mm square. So which is lesser than the permissible value of shear stress for the cast iron, for the flange. So then induced stresses are lesser than the permissible value, then the design is safe. So here hub and flanges are is under shear stress only. So next one is design of key. So design of key, W equal to D by 4. So we take it as rectangular key. So then W equal to D by 4, that is 25 by 4, that is 6.25 mm. Then we take it as 7 mm as width. And thickness is also, we take it here square key. So that is also, sorry, D by, so here we take rectangular key, that is D by 6, that is 25 by 6, that is 4.16 equal to 5 mm. So length of the hub equal to 1.5 D. So that is 1.5 into 25, that is 27.5 mm length. So length of the hub equal to length of the key. So then so 1.5 into D, that is 37.5 mm is the length of the key. So we know the width, that is 7 mm, thickness is 5 mm and length is 37.5 mm. So we need to check the shear strength of the key. Shear strength of the key can be found out by, we need to find T equal to WL into Fs into D by 2. Shear area into shear stress into radius of the shaft. So Fs equal to 2T by WLD, 2 into 99,522 by 7 into 37.5 into 25. So Fs equal to 30.33 Newton per mm square. So that is the lesser than the induced permissible value. So here the key is safe in shear because induced shear stress is lesser than the permissible value. So the design of key is safe in shear. The next one is check for the crushing stress. So here crushing strength of the key is crushing area into crushing stress into D by 2. So then crushing stress Fc equal to 4T by TLD, 4 into shear crushing strength, torque by crushing area into day of the shaft. So that is 4 into 99,522 by 5 into thickness is 5 into length is 37.5 into day of the shaft is 25. So then it is 84.9 Newton per mm square. So induced crushing stress is greater than the permissible value, hence the key will fail in crushing. So here induced one is 84.9 Newton per mm. So whereas the permissible value is 60 only. So then here induced value is greater than the permissible value, then hence the key will fail in crushing. Key will be fail in crushing. So therefore adapt the key for the following dimensions. We need to increase the width, thickness and length values. So here we take width as 8 mm, thickness as 6 mm and length equal to 48 mm will take. So now we need to check for the shear strength, crushing strength. So substituting the new values, Fc equal to 4 into 99,522 by, so thickness we have taken as 6 into length is 48 into 25 is the dia of the shaft. So by substituting these values, the crushing stress induced is 55.29 Newton per mm square. So here induced stress is below the permissible value. Then the design is safe. So therefore these are the correct dimensions of the key. When you use these dimensions, you can the key will be safe in both shearing and crushing. So next, design of bolts. So here the shaft diameter is 25 mm. So shaft diameter up to 40 mm, number of bolts required is 3. Based on the diameter of the shaft, we can able to find the number of bolts. So here number of bolts is 3 for shaft diameter of 25 mm. So then bolt circle diameter is nothing but pitch circle diameter is 3D, that is 3 into 25, that is 75 mm. So now considering the shear strength of the bolts, so torque equal to shear area into shear stress into dP. So here, so we don't know the diameter of the bolt. So here we know the dP value, number of bolts we know, and torque induced we know. So here we need to find the dia of the bolts. D1 equal to square root of 8 into torque by pi into number of bolts into shear stress into pitch circle diameter. So by substituting the values into this, we'll get under root of 8 into 99,522 by pi into 3 is the number of bolts. Shear stress, permissible shear stress value is 33 into 75. So we'll get the D1 as 5.84, that is 6 mm. D1 equal to 6 mm now. So now considering the crushing strength, torque equal to crushing area into crushing area of bolt into crushing stress into dP by 2. So here we know the D1 value, TF we know, and number of bolts we know. Crushing stress, here we need to check for the crushing stress. So crushing stress equal to 2 into torque by d1 into tf into n into pitch circle diameter. So now it is equal to 2 into 99,522 by d1 equals 6 into 12.5 into 3 into 75. So that is 11.79 Newton per mm square. So here crushing stress induced is lesser than the permissible value. Hence the bolts are safe against the shearing and crushing. So in this way we need to find the hub, flange, bolt. So in this way you need to find the hub, flange, bolts and nuts values by keys by using the proportions. Then we need to check for the induced stresses. So if the induced stresses are below the permissible values, then the design is safe. So this is the unprotected type flange coupling. So we find out the each value and we find out the stresses induced. So in this we were designed the protected unprotected type flange coupling. So here first we need to find the torque by using power equal to 2 pi into by 60. Then you need to find the diameter using torque equal to fs into pi d cube by 60. So then you need to find the hub proportions. Hub equal d, outer diameter equal to 2 into d, length is 1.5 d. So next we need to check for the induced shear stress using the equation T equal to fs1 into pi into d capital D power 4 minus small d power 4 by 16 into capital D. So here our hub is like a hollow shaft. Then torque equal to fs1 into pi into capital D power 4 minus small d power 4. So here you need to check for the shear stress developed induced. So if induced stress is below the permissible value, then the design is safe. So to find the flanges, we need to use the proportions. Thickness of the flange equal to 0.5 d and outer diameter of the flange equal to 4 into d. So here we need to check for the induced shear stress. So that is T equal to shear area of flange into shear stress into d by 2. So next key proportions for rectangular key, W equal to d by 4, thickness equal to d by 6 and length is 1.5 d. And we need to check for the shear strength of the key using torque equal to shear area into shear stress into d by 2, crushing area into crushing stress into d by 2. So number of bolts can be chosen by using the shaft diameter. To obtain bolt circle diameter dp equal to 3d, so we need to check for the shear strength, that is Torque equal to shear area into shear stress into dP by 2. So pi into d1 square by 4 into number of bolts into shear stress into dP by 2. So we need to check for the crushing strength using torque equal to d1 into Tf into N into Fc into dP by 2. So in this way we need to check for the shearing and crushing strengths of using these equations.